YouTube. I'm Nick. You, I think, are you. And we are back to watch some more creepy videos. And not only are we back to watch some creepy videos, I'm back with some. Wow, this one's open. I didn't realize this one was open. Why do I have two open? Delicious. Kirkland. Sparkling water. The can's not black, it's green. Costco. Hit me up.
They went to explore an abandoned village. They would soon realize going there was a mistake. Gashan and Yasuke from the paranormal team The Clip Store went to explore a ghost town in Japan after receiving a call about a man who visited the village. The man believes he interacted with a strange elderly couple, even though the place has now been abandoned for over 10 years. As Yasuke explores one of the abandoned houses, it's not until they return home and look over the footage that they would realize they were never alone. What looks like a pale woman's head can be seen underneath him. Could this really be the spirit of a resident trapped in this village from whatever travesty occurred during the past? Let me know what you think.
You know what? This one is Japanese, and this can very well be fake. You know, because Japanese, they do make incredible, horrifying videos that I love. But this one, I don't know, it's kind of... it kind of reminds me of like a guy laying on the floor on like one of those things that you go under a car, like a mechanic would like lay on this like skateboard thing and go under the car. So that reminds me of that, of a guy sliding under a woman's skirt and looking up the woman's skirt on this thing. I don't know. I when they're Japanese, I want to believe they're real because they're really, really good. But you let me know what you think.
If your kid has an imaginary friend, be very careful. Here's why. A mother and her daughter are home alone one night when she begins to hear her daughter talking to someone inside her room. Thinking it's just her child playing with an imaginary friend, she calls her over, and this happens.
Lily, come here. Lily, who are you playing with? What are you doing?
As the little girl comes out of her room, you can see a dark figure of a taller person walking by. Due to the figure walking by the door, the mother believes this isn't her daughter's shadow, but something else attached to her daughter.
You know what? I think this one could very well be real. Children, I believe, have this sense of things that adults can't see because they're more pure, if that makes any sense. And this very well could be real, but you know what that thing looks like? It reminds me of Cousin It from the Addams Family.
He was all alone while working his shift when he hears this. A man that works as a custodian at his school explains that him and his coworkers kept hearing things during their shifts while alone in the school. But one day, he received a horrifying video from one of his coworkers. While alone in the shift, he begins to hear something coming from the end of the hallway. What sounds like a weeping child can be heard, almost like it's walking by. If no one was in the school that day, then just what exactly was that?
I couldn't tell you what that is. And this guy is surely not getting paid enough to deal with what that is. But you know what that thing sounded like? Moaning Myrtle.
They use the Randonautica app, but after arriving at the coordinates, they see this. A group of friends decided to try out an app called Randonautica. The app is made for the purpose of sending the user onto a computer-generated coordinates nearby. Following directions, the group is led through a secluded area in the woods. And as they make their way through, they make a horrifying discovery.
This is it right here. This is our spot. This is the exact spot on the random nodding. What is it? What the fuck? This is the exact spot. It's a freaking memorial? It's a grave. No, it's not a grave. I mean, I'm a volunteer.
The app led them to find a memorial for a girl who passed away on October of 1983. Since her case still remains a mystery, just what exactly was the app trying to tell them?
Ooh, I'm so curious about that. Now, the thing with Randonautica could all be BS and it's just some sort of a viral trend on TikTok or something like that. But it very could be real. And the thing is, I want to try it so badly. But I am too much of a baby. I am not inviting any demons or anything into my life. I'm good. Let me know if you've tried it. And if you have, let me know in the comments what you experienced. If it's real, or maybe, you know, if nothing happened, let me know. Either way, I'm interested. Randonautica, give it a shot. Someone try it. Someone please try it. And let me know how it goes.
He was driving by a haunted road when he sees this. Late one night, a truck driver was driving down a highway in Ada, Oklahoma. The highway is believed to be haunted by the many victims who lost their lives on this busy road. As the truck driver made his way through the dark road at 2 a.m., his dash cam captures something horrifying. As the truck driver moves to the side of the road, what looks like a girl in a white dress can be seen walking by. The truck driver stopped to check, but no one was there. After contacting the police, they searched the area, but they couldn't find anyone. No reports were filed of a missing girl either, so just what exactly is that?
I don't know. You know, on one hand, I want to say it's so easy for someone to fake this. And on the other hand, why would someone fake this? Like, you're not getting anything out of it, you know? You let me know what you think. Do you think this one's legit? I don't know. I mean, I want to believe it. I want to believe all of this, but sometimes it just seems too good to be true.
If your dog starts acting like this, it may be warning you of an evil presence. A tattoo artist in Sydney, Austin. What exactly did Coda see that caused her to act in such a way? Let me know what you think.
Oh, that breaks my heart. That dog 100% sees something. And that ghost is such an asshole for scaring her.
He was in the kitchen, but as he turns around, he sees something coming from the attic. User Apollo explains that one day, while he was preparing food for him and his son,
I turn around to give one of my kids something from the living room. I come back, I see this attic door open. I have not been in that attic in months.
he turned around to grab something, when suddenly, as he looks in front again, he sees the attic door that hasn't been accessed in months open on its own.
Seem to want to do it now, but like it's every time I go near it.
But as he gets closer, this happens.
Stop doing it. What the fuck is that?
Could it be that a squatter had been living in his attic? Or is it something else hiding in the dark?
You know what? I think that one's just a case of an animal got in the attic, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe it's a ghost or a squatter. You let me know what you think, because I don't know shit.
They were in the middle of a play when something above them emerges from the dark. A drama teacher by the name Lacey Nicole uploaded a disturbing video of a 2007 Beauty and the Beast production. In the video, everything seems to be normal at first. Until the lights go off, and suddenly, what looks like a white figure begins to emerge from the dark. The gas ghastly figure of a woman is seen several feet above the theater floor. The audience is left horrified after realizing that the rumors of a deceased theatrical woman named Shannon may truly still haunt this place.
My God, I have chills. When this first came on, I was like, oh, it's 2007. It's 100% potato quality. But for some reason, this just drew me in. And it was like, yes, it's Beauty and the Beast. It's not supposed to be scary. And I did see something when the woman was on top of the guy. I saw something in the background. It looked like that white figure was kind of just making itself bigger, I guess. And then it disappeared. And then when the lights went off and then the lights came back on and you actually see it, unless that's some sort of a special rendition, like a horror version of Beauty and the Beast, I think that one is real. And if it's not, and it's confirmed not, don't tell me. Don't spoil it for me, please.
This is why you shouldn't explore abandoned places. An urban exploration YouTube channel by the name Urbix Hill went to explore the 13-year-old abandoned Robert Fulton School in Cleveland, Ohio. Immediately as he enters the decaying school, he doesn't notice, but what looks like a person can be seen watching him from the end of the hallway. But knowing someone could be stalking him, he continues exploring. But it wasn't until Urbix Hill goes up to the 3rd floor and finds a boarded down room that he will come face to face with the stalker.
I think somebody's in there. What the fuck? Somebody's been living in here.
That made me start looking around my room. That gave me chills, man. Fuck that. And you know, I say this every single time someone's exploring an abandoned building or something. Say it with me, kids. You get what you deserve.
He paid his family a visit, even in the afterlife. A woman named Mousy explained she was playing with her son one day when something inside their bedroom caught his attention.
Cheese. Cheese.
You can see her son looking up as if someone or something is standing behind him.
What you doing? What you see? What? What you see? Who you saying hi to?
When she asks him, who is he looking at? He calls whatever's inside the bedroom Papa. But when Mousy goes to check, no one's there.
Dude, you need to stop that. You're freaking me out.
After uploading her experience, she received many comments asking, who was Papa? She explains her grandfather was called Papa, who frequently visited them, but had passed away only a few months ago.
Fuck that.
If you hear knocking late at night, whatever you do, don't open the door. Here's why. A man and his family received a few inherited items from some of his relatives in Mexico. After this, strange inexplicable things began to happen around the house.
Like, just rang probably like 5 minutes.
But it wasn't until the father was woken up in the middle of the night by knocking at the front door that things would take a dark turn. One day, as he's doing the dishes, his dog becomes agitated at someone or something hiding in the basement.
Wherever you're gonna go, you gotta go. Calm down. He's okay. Please, not today. Just holy cow.
A dark figure can be seen forming as the door continues to open. Is the family being haunted by a dark force brought to them by the inherited items from Mexico? Let me know what you think.
Yup, they sure are.
He was working the night shift when this happens. A man named Bailey works as a caretaker for a haunted theater, and ever since he began to hear things and see shadow figures wandering the theater, from then he decided to record the occurrences. One Saturday night at 9 p.m. during his round, a breaker for one of the theater lights went out, and as Bailey goes to investigate, he would see something so horrific it left him frozen in fear.
Ghost light is on. No one in here. Hello? Okay.
As he hears a loud noise up in the balcony, what looks like two shadow figures are seen, watching him from above. After some time frozen in fear, Bailey just runs out of there.
Not only, I could be wrong. Not only are there two figures up in the balcony, when he panned the camera behind him, I could have sworn I saw a white figure standing there in the shadows. Let me know if you guys see it. And let me know if you think this one's real. Because, I don't know, a theater, I'm more inclined to believe this because so many people have been there. Oh, I want to, you let me know.
They were working during the late hours of the night when they see this. A man named Fernando was working at a railway train station when he decides to record a video to send to his family. In the video, as he's walking by the side of the train, he doesn't notice, but what looks like a pale, shadowy figure can be seen, watching him. Fernando begins to walk faster towards the group, as if he's trying to keep calm after witnessing the figure. If the train wasn't operating at the time, just who or what was that?
You know, you can sit here and say, why would someone fake that? But with this one, I think this one's fake because what are the odds? You know, he's just looking around normally, looks up in the window for no apparent reason, and then just continues walking. I think someone was just in there and they're like, oh, let's make a scary video. Like, I don't think this one's real.
Could this really be an actual alien? On April 30th, a police officer in Las Vegas caught what looks like a blue comet falling nearby. Shortly after this, a family calls 911.
911 emergency.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us. And it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually, we terrified of it.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot, I don't know. They look like aliens to us, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
I have butterflies, bro. Everyone thought it was a shooting star, then these people say there's aliens in their backyard.
Claiming that something that's not human is in their backyard. They describe these creatures as two tall, alien-like beings. Around the same time, the local neighbor's Ring camera captured this.
What'd you see?
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious.
So the question is,
What's the question? I think that's real. I remember hearing about that story a couple of years ago, and they didn't show the footage in this video. And this thing on the screen is not from the footage of the body cam of the police officer. But in the body cam video from the police officer, you can't see anything clearly. I don't want to mislead you and be like, oh, it's this clear, like this thing in the video here. But you can kind of see something in the corner that's fucking gigantic and does not, it looks humanoid, but it's fucking huge. And people are reacting to it. And I know there has to be actual footage somewhere of this thing where you can see it clearly, and they're not releasing it to us because of what it would do. They already declassified aliens. But I think they're keeping what they look like away from us because it would rock humanity to the core.
they were exploring a ghost town when they see this. A paranormal team from the YouTube channel Scared to Death went to explore the abandoned Clune Park School in Scotland, Port Glasgow. The place was abandoned in 2008 due to the decline in shipbuilding and is now being called the Chernobyl of Scotland. As the team is exploring the area, through one of the windows they begin to see movement, but as they keep looking at it, this happens.
You see movement then? Move the light. Yo.
The fuck is that?
Yo.
Someone in that window, isn't
Yeah.
What looks like a pale face can be seen showing itself, then hiding back into the dark. If the place has been abandoned for over 16 years, could it be that the Chernobyl rumors are true? Or is it something else?
Hey, you know what? I want to believe this is real. 'Cause, hey, you're in a ghost town and you see a ghost. No shit, right? But I don't know. This one, it kind of just reminds me of someone wearing like a potato sack over their head, like in the movie The Strangers. Let me know if you think this one's legit or not. I'm on the fence. Part of me wants to say yes because it's scary and it's cool. The other part, bullshit.
This is why you always lock your doors. A disturbing set of videos were uploaded by user Savior of a girl who just moved to Ohio with a friend. In the videos, everything seems to be normal at first, other than a few odd noises around the house. But it wasn't until she's showing her mother the kitchen area that the lights turn off and things take a dark turn.
I think it's that. Wait. There's someone on the back porch.
No further videos have been uploaded since 2020, so it remains a mystery. Just what exactly is going on here?
Oh my God. My nipples are so hard right now. This one gave me the ultimate chills. I think this is real because if not, give this fucking woman an Oscar for the most terrifying and haunting performance I have ever seen in my life. This one is fantastic. Let me know what you think. My nipples believe it's real.
He was just sleeping one night when he captures this. User Some Demon uploaded a nightmarish video that will certainly keep you up at night. Before going to bed, he placed the camera to see if he's been sleepwalking, but what he ends up capturing is way worse than sleepwalking. The man begins to twitch, and as he touches his face, he sits up and looks straight at the camera, as if he's being possessed. Sources say he had no recollection of ever waking up in the middle of the night, let alone doing this. Although it's something to keep you up at night, but without any official statement, we'll never really know what's going on here.
Ooh, that is terrifying. Dude sits up like he's the Undertaker, looks at the camera, and makes a creepy face. Oh my God, yeah, you're right. I was gonna make a joke, but that is scarier than sleepwalking. And me, for one, I am too much of a baby to record myself sleeping because I am afraid of what I'm gonna see and what I'm gonna hear. Let me know if you're like me or if you have the balls to do that.
A fishing crew was in the middle of the sea. They hear this. On September 10th of 2021, a deep-sea fisherman by the name Brian was out fishing near Buzzards Bay, so basically miles away from shore. And as the crew was getting ready to call it a night, just like any other day, suddenly from the dark open waters, someone begins to call out to them.
And we just out here. We're chilling. We're out here chilling. I hear it. I hear him. Where's she at? What the fuck is that noise, bro? What is that noise? That's crazy.
A ghastly scream of a woman can be heard coming from the dark. Could it be that Ryan and the crew met with a mythological creature such as a siren? Let me know what you think.
Yeah, that's what I thought it could be. A siren. If you guys have never heard of those are, I guess, ancient creatures that sailors claim that they used to see and hear that would lure men into the ocean and just kill them. I think that's probably just an orca. That sounds like an orca, like Free Willy or like a whale or something like that, you know, which I know whales are up there. Maybe that's what it was. I'm not too sure. You let me know.
They were camping in the middle of the woods when they hear this. A man named Caden was camping with his friends.
Please, please, please. No.
When suddenly, they begin to hear the horrifying screams of a woman coming from the woods.
I don't know. That was a fucking child screaming. Joe, listen. Or like a fucking woman or something. That was a female fucking screaming. Phil? Dude, we're in the middle of nowhere. Dude, that sounds like some haunted ass shit, dude. What happened to the other steel target? There's one right there on the ground. It's on the ground.
As the group approaches the source of the sound,
That right there. What the f is that?
creepy enough, they find witchcraft hanging from a tree. But as they get closer, this happens.
Oh, no.
You know, this can easily be faked because it gives me Blair Witch Project vibes. And I don't think this one's real. You can easily just have someone off camera screaming when they approach the cross or whatever that is. But, you know.
He buried his cat, but it came back. A man named Will uploaded a video explaining how his cat Otis was just buried a day ago.
You're not gonna believe this, but we buried this guy like a day ago. But guess what?
And that on the next day, the cat mysteriously came back to life.
He's back. Yeah, I know, buddy. I see you. I'm surprised you're still up and walking around. Hi.
After this, viewers were left puzzled by what exactly is going on with Otis.
So, the show itself was an old investigation. And we have this long-run joke found. Otis is his name. It always seems like he died from just disappearing when it comes back. So, no one buries the key. He just, he does what he does.
Will explains that him and his friends would always say how Otis was dead as a joke, since he would always go missing for days at a time. This is why you always lock your doors. Will from Will Whereabouts was camping in the middle of the woods in Box Hill, UK.
I think this will do for tonight's stealth camping. Freezing cold! That'll be a good way just to get some heat in here in the mornings and in the evenings when it really does start to drop. I've decided to put my gas portable stove just sitting on the boxes which it goes in because I'm going to spark it up and get a bit of nice warm air to come through.
When suddenly, late at night, he's awoken by what sounds like human voices.
I don't think I'm going to be getting much sleep tonight.
Will explains he was all alone in that site, so what exactly made those sounds?
You know what? Will is composed as hell. Because if I heard that, boing, my ass would be out of there. Mm-mm.
He said goodbye to her, even in the afterlife. Before crossing over.
I'm choosing to believe this one is real. I really hope that was Scott, and it just reminds me of my dogs that passed away. And I can't even imagine how she feels seeing that, because seeing that, it made me feel a certain kind of way. And I know it hit her hard, and I hope that was Scott.
She was home alone one day when she sees someone or something sitting next to her. User Wonder Woman uploaded a disturbing video where she's alone in her living room, but through the reflection of the television screen, she sees this.
Okay, so the noise is my turtle. And I'm home alone, right? But the reflection shows like that's me.
What looks like a shadow figure can be seen sitting right next to her. It's important to note that nobody could fit sitting next to her due to the table and the white speaker at the end of the couch. So if it wasn't her shadow, then just what exactly is that?
That's crazy, if that's real. But I'm gonna be honest, I was more scared when she turned the camera and showed her face, because that was a kind of like a jump scare to me.
He was exploring a haunted park when he captures a statue doing this. A man named Alan Mora went to explore the Reino Mágico Disney theme park located in Veracruz, Mexico. Due to multiple life-taking incidents, the place was abandoned a few years after its opening in 1988, leaving the park to become a desolate land. As Alan is making his way through the haunted location, they spot a Snow White statue, and as he begins to focus on it, this happens.
No, aguanta, deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, güey, eso no es el velador. No digas perras mamadas, güey. Perdón.
The statue begins to move on its own, but as they get closer, it's seen on a different location, frozen in place. Could this phenomenon relate to the 1985 Ireland case, where Virgin Mary statues were also seen moving on their own? Let me know what you think.
You know what? I have chills right now, actually, but with this, it could just be one of those mechanical figures that can move around and someone just wound it up where they were and just let it go. You know, with statues and dolls and stuff like that, you just never know. And being in Mexico, where there's a lot of brujarita and all that stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if this is real.
This is why you should always lock your doors. A woman named Guadalupe was home alone one night laying on the couch, and while using her phone, she begins to notice someone or something through the corner of her eye. Spooked out, but feeling unsure on what exactly is going on here, she records the event.
Andate de mi casa. Jesús. Andate de mi casa. Andate de mi casa. Ayuda.
A shadow figure can be seen watching her from the corner of her room. Could this be an intruder or something paranormal inside her home? Although without an official statement, we can only assume what happened here.
You know what? This girl got some balls. Doing exactly what I say you should do. You see these things, zoom in. And she tried. And her phone quality is actually somewhat decent. And you just can't see shit. And she's way too calm. Like, I would be losing my mind. To be honest, I wouldn't be like, hey, who's that? Get out of my house. I'd be like, hey, this is your house now.
If you get a feeling like somebody's watching you, this could be why. A viewer by the name Belle submitted a haunting video from one of her neighbor's home surveillance cameras.
What's your number? I sent it to you.
You got, I don't know, it be acting crazy. Especially if it's not an iPhone. That's an apparition. That's really a freaking ghost.
Get it?
Yeah, one more time. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's good.
Damn.
Where it captures someone or something walking inside their home late at night. She mentions that while growing up in that house, they would always feel and see things they can't explain. So if the woman who lives alone in that house isn't a light skin color, could this really be a ghost caught on camera? Or is it something else?
That's probably just somebody walking in the house. But what's really scary about this video, that guy's thumb is the most disgusting thumb I've ever seen in my life.
They were exploring a haunted wreck ship when they hear this. Dan from Scuba Dan went to explore the haunted Salem Express, located deep within the middle of the Red Sea in Egypt. The tragic event took place while it was sailing through the middle of the Red Sea. The ship struck a reef, causing it to sink so fast, it claimed the lives of over 500 people. As Dan and his team explored the chilling dark waters of this haunting monument, they began to hear strange noises echoing through the ship, followed by a feeling of being watched. Having gone through so many expeditions and never quite hearing anything like this, they had enough and got out of there.
I didn't see shit in that.
They had this door locked for over 6 years, but they would soon realize opening it was a mistake. A girl named Elsa explains that one night, while staying over at her friend's house, they found a key to a room that her grandfather kept closed for over 6 years. But as soon as they enter the room, this happens.
I just got so lightheaded. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. I got lightheaded as soon as I walked in here. You are not welcome here.
Oh, my head's itching. I
If
think
there's
there's
any
lights
stress
in
here,
here.
leave. Oh, my back's burning.
Is it really? My back's burning. Oh my god.
Her friend's brother, Brent, found multiple scratch marks throughout his back. She explains that after her grandfather stayed just one night in that room, he saw something so horrific, he never stood foot onto that room again. And ever since then, they began to hear someone walking inside the room late at night. After the event, the group tried to contact this evil spirit, which ended up scratching Brent a total of 16 times.
So, this door is locked for 6 years because Grandpa saw some shit in there that he's like, fuck this. This is staying in there. I don't want anyone else to see it. They decide to go in. They go in. This kid gets scratched. And then they summon it. And then he gets scratched 16 times after that. Say it with me, kids. You get what you deserve, Murray.
She found this after living in the house for over 3 years. A woman named Julia was cleaning out her closet one day when she noticed her closet floor was slightly lifted off of one side, as if there's something laying there. But as she lifts the uneven floor up, she makes a horrifying discovery. She reveals stairs which lead to a secret dark room. After 3 years of living in that house, she had no idea this was even here. Afraid to go explore the room by herself, she leaves it be for another day. The following 3 nights, Julia would experience weird dreams and see things she can't explain. After contacting a medium, but having her scared away by whatever's down there, she decides to go in with a friend.
Well, here's the crawl space. You all asked for it.
Yo.
They find an old storage space and a jar full of strange trinkets that they believe may have been used for some sort of witchcraft. Could it be that Julia discovered a room with a dark past, or is it just something else?
That is creepy that's down there. I don't know. I mean, it could just be nothing, and because it's an eerie scenario, her mind's just playing tricks on her. You know, she's thinking about it while she sleeps, not knowing what it is, blah, 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 blah. And who knows?
This is why you shouldn't communicate with the dead. Frank from Franco TV went to explore the abandoned Devil's Monastery, located deep within South America. Immediately after arriving, disturbingly, he finds traces of sacrifices, as well as the area where a human body was discovered. But through the spirit box, something begins to warn him.
I want you to show yourself to me. Let me know who you are. Are you from the light or are you from the dark?
I'm hiding.
Don't hide.
I had a bad past. You dare.
I dare what?
What sounds like animal noises can be heard outside. Then, as Frank goes back into the cathedral, whatever that thing is decides to show itself in front of him. A face can be seen watching him from upstairs. But when he goes upstairs, nothing seems to be there. After some time contacting the spirit, he's had enough and gets out of there.
Oh, Franco, you were so close to and it sucks. Like he tried, and he zoomed in. It was just potato quality, and damn it, Franco, you should have get a better camera, man. But like I said before, with Franco, you don't know if it's real or not. Like I want to believe it's real because it borders like that could happen. But it's also easy enough to fake something where it's not too over the top, but just over the top enough for it to be like, oh shit, is that real? I want to believe. Franco, make me believe, please. All right, boys and girls, that's all I have for you today because I am out of sparkling water. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, leave a comment. Let me know which was your favorite clip in this episode. And while you're at it, just leave your social security number. I would really appreciate that. I'm Nick, and you are you, and I appreciate you. I will catch you in the next one.